Reasons to believe in a dog food brand. Great nutrition, great price, and your dogs love the taste. But what if it's also made for Caribbean dogs? No artificial colors or flavors, with an eye on the environment, so we only use paper bags. Then you will be just as happy as your dog, truly. It's true, we love dogs.
Welcome to another episode of Purebred Dogsja. Today we're at Adenwas Kennel with Wayne Smith, looking back at the Doberman dogs. Let's go. Welcome to another episode of Purebred Dogsja. We have Wayne Smith with us. Wayne, welcome to the platform.
Yes,
Thank you for inviting us to Kennel.
And thank you for being here also.
Yeah, man. And it has been a while, but we're here now. We're here now.
Yes.
Alright, so Wayne, how long have you been involved with dogs?
Well, the usual answer, from you were a child.
From a child?
Yes. But actually, getting serious was from about 1998.
19.
When I actually purchased my first shepherd it was from Hewlett Charles, but it was Dingwall who had the letter for him. So it was a shepherd I started with.
Okay.
And then Mr. Charles gave me a shepherd again and a Doberman. Mm-hmm. So that was my introduction to Doberman now. And from there we went on to like Mr. Rixie Monroe, who was deep into Dobes, because I was trying to make a comparison to see which breed I should go with. I want to make a connection.
You didn't decide it as...
No, you love shepherd because you're watching a run Joe run as a little boy and ring ting ting.
That's a famous one.
Right?
Famous one.
Yeah. But then now, when Dr. Monroe said to me, Doberman is different. It's a one man, a one family dog. I mean a one man, one family dog. And him say, when you have your Dob, it's always going to want to touch you. Put your head in your lap, put the foot on your shoes, something when you go around there. And when I started to interact, I find out that this was true. They really reach out to you and they really protect you. So I remember years ago I had a female that my son grew with her. They born the same year, same month, and she took him like she was his mother. When my son was younger, I had a Doberman, Zena, and she grew with him. He used to go around there, sleep in the kennel, everything. So they were really bonding and everything. In the days, like a 2-year-old boy, he go around there and sleep with the dog. So that is how his love for dogs grew too. And one day I was around the back, I remember I was probably quarreling with him about something. And like I said, it's a one man, one family dog. So this is the family situation now. And what the dog did was grumble and come between the two of us and bounce us apart, Because it can't decide. The level of intelligence that the dog can't decide. Another time, a gentleman came to the back to get puppies and she was barking at him, real viciously barking at the man. And my son came out. And you know that when you touch dogs in situations like that and them spin around, it's a bite. And my son come and touch the dog, and when him touch the dog, she spin around and she just push him away. She just push him away and went, the way she turn around, I swear him get a bite. But she just push him away and turn back and go back to her thing and protecting him.
Interesting. So that was a decisive moment in determining that the Doberman was the breed that you were working with. One of them.
One
There
of
are
them.
several, but
Yeah,
that was
man.
a key factor.
Yeah, man, to the level of intelligence. But that was one of the moments that led me to more to the European sort of Doberman, because that was my first European dog, which I had purchased from Stanford Leo Van Stanwich Kennel. Yes, so these persons like Mr. Charles and Dingwall played an integral role into how I went into dogs.
Alright, interesting that you mentioned European Doberman. For persons who don't know, there are different types of Doberman. So what is the next one? Are others?
Alright, well, before we really just split to American and European then, basically. And the American is a very elegant dog, but a smaller bone dog, right? Europeans tend to keep them a little more stocky. You see how he looks as a 6 months puppy? He's a little more stocky, temperament, I'm just very relaxed and easy and everything, right? But the European tend to keep the working ability of the dogs.
Okay.
And of course we need a total dog. So when we get into breeding now, that is another thing that we have to discuss, because some people don't breed the total Doberman.
Yeah.
They just breed for the shows, and we should breed the total dog.
And we'll touch on that. But in terms of the caring for these dogs, for somebody who would want a dog, a Doberman, see the dog and say, okay, I like this dog, what would be your advice to them?
Well, for the Doberman, somebody coming into this breed, in the initial stage, you need time. Because it's an intelligent breed, and a lot of people don't understand how to deal with it. So they are sometimes a little sensitive up to the first 20 weeks. So it's important.
It's sensitive in terms of health care?
No. Personality. So we can get back to the healthcare, but I have to mention that. Now, so you have to socialize them. The more you carry them out and meet people and so, the better for the temperament, right? So that is that part. But in terms of care, get a good brand, food that works for you, price-wise, and everything. It gives you what you want for your dogs in terms of, enough fiber, enough proteins, that sort of stuff. You get that, and of course, you have other things you can buy like the Dine, the Selminox, stuff like that you need for the puppy to help. They give them enough probiotics in the system, so it function good. Other than that, when they reach the stage, and you can give them like Next Guard and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
So you keep them healthy. You keep away the worms, you keep away any flea and ticks from your dog.
And vaccination.
And of course you have to work with your vet, get your vaccines on time and everything like that.
So you would recommend the Doberman to a family?
Yes.
So most times people see them as working dogs, as you have said earlier. Another cigarette company have them. So a family may look on and say, oh, well, this dog look, because they have a look, a party. They may come out vicious at times.
Yes.
So would you recommend this dog
to a family?
To a family.
100%, yes. Like I said, it's a one man and a one family dog. It protects you. It protects you. Now the look is important, because you want him to have that look to deter anybody who might want to come to the house, come to your house. Now when I say it's a one man, one family dog, years ago again at my same son, when sometime I remember one couple of times we coming home late and his brother don't reach home and he's here alone, and him carry the dog in the house. Now when this dog is in the house, you don't have to tell her what to do. Anybody that come through the door that you don't know, going to get it.
Yeah.
Because she program. We actually did some training with her. So she programmed that way to protect you. And she love him already. So, perfect for the family. I remember, she would work with him as a baby.
Okay.
She would work with him and protect him like her own. So
part of their personality is that they're loyal. What else they can share in terms of their personality?
Look here, loyal, faithful, athletic. If you are the person that into jogging, perfect jogging partner. I mean,
they love exercise.
What? We run for miles. The dog run with me and run come back, and the dog love it.
Yeah.
So when I take up the lead, it's a problem because everybody wants to put the lead on. So they are fun dogs, they're happy dogs, and so as long as the family you interact with them, which is very important. So if it's a family that will interact with them, they work for you. And also, yes, you don't really want to do it, but I mean you can leave them there. They are very low maintenance dogs also.
Yeah.
Low maintenance. I mean, I don't have to. I only brush, truthfully, when I go in dog show. I don't need to brush otherwise.
Yeah. But
right. And even to like again give them a bath or so. I don't have to do it. If you're keeping them in good condition, you don't have to do it. I just wipe them off. You know, like wipe off with a little cloth, wipe off the face, wipe them off. Minimal, and feed them. Make sure that they're healthy. You check them, see everything all right. That's it. Minimal. It don't take a lot of work.
Alright, wait. I want to ask you what most people would want to know. In terms of cropping their ears, right? Because they don't want this way.
No.
At what stage you'd get this done? And I know there are some technicalities with it, because it may not stand up. Alright? So I just wanted to explain, you know, your experience. And if you had any dog that failed to get the ears up.
There's a choice. You can crop, or you don't have to crop. And in some parts of Europe now, they sort of banning it now, so we don't have dogs with crop ears. But we're still lucky here in Jamaica. We can keep the original look that Mr. Louis Doberman had put on the dog, to give it that look and the character of the dog also. In terms of cropping the ears, it's good most times after 9 weeks. You know, you get 2 shots and everything, and the vet would usually be more comfortable to do. The very few vets that will do it still, you know. And so at 9 weeks you will do that. Now, for it to fail, it depends on you, the individual. You have to put in the work. So you have to be patient and let it heal properly. You don't want it to still be there and you're rushing. Let it heal properly, and then we'll start the posting. And posting can go up to 6 months, 7 months, depending on the texture of the ears also. Right, so this is what the posting look like, supposed to look like, but this is after being up for a couple of days, and she have other siblings in there, they're biting it and pulling it, so it's a bit messed up, right? So the whole idea now, as I say, after you have it healed, we build our post, we put cotton at the bottom, and the cotton is stuff in here. The cotton helps to cushion down here, because if you do it just raw like that, it will rub it and, you know, get infected. So we have the posting. So I use like a hanger. We measure it so it's not too short to the size of the ears. We wrap it with some tissue first, so it's still light, and then we put adhesive around it, right? And under this, if you notice, I use micropore first, and then I put a little wrapping around it, the oxide tape, and then you wrap it across to sort of hold it together. They had burst it out, so I just did a little quick thing to hold it back together again, you know. So after 5 days, I would pull it and then give it a day rest, then set it up back again. We can do that till sometime after 6 months, depends on the texture of the ears, okay?
It's a very important part where healing is concerned, because then you may have, you know, you don't want it to become infested.
Yes.
And that's very important.
Yes, because if you start to set it up and it's still in the healing process, it gets infected. It starts to swell up, and that's uncomfortable for the dogs.
And at this time, it may attract flies.
Yes, it would.
Alright?
Yes.
You know what?
You know what happens after that.
Right.
Yes. So we don't want that. So so you let it go through a proper healing process. Might take you 2-3 weeks is safe time.
And you have to keep dressing and stuff
daily.
Okay.
You watch it, you clean it. Yeah.
So in terms of, because I know some dogs may feel uncomfortable, right? And try to scratch it out.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
I tell you, when you have like just one dog at a time and you do it at an early age, I don't really get that problem. I think it happens when you have like 2 or 3 dogs together, and then you might notice that they start to play and they tug at it.
Yeah.
Well, you will notice I have 3 of them that I posted at the same time. These 2 have been up, one of them giving me a little trouble. My fault. I need to be a little more vigilant with it. So they play, but because of how I wrap it and I hold it firm, they don't get to pull it out. They try, you know, at first, you know.
Yeah.
Yes. and I have to try put all sort of things on it, trying to turn them off with the taste. Yeah.
So Wayne, in terms of, because you're a breeder, right? Not just a dog lover, but you're a breeder as well. So I want to know, can you just share with us a little bit about your program and what is your vision for your kennel?
Okay. All right. So, as Adenwas, as you know, small kennel.
Yeah.
Quality versus quantity. We don't believe in a whole heap of dogs. I don't do a lot of breeding too, very selective breeding.
Yeah.
Sometimes years I never used to do any breeding, but then I realized that I have to keep the bloodline when there wasn't a lot of dogs coming in. For my breeding, well, I don't just put 2 dogs together like that. You can't breed like that. A lot of people just put 2 dogs so them things look good. I like to do line bred breeding.
Okay.
So like a auntie, nephew, or uncle, niece. Those are very, very good. But you don't just, not because it's an auntie, nephew, they have to have the characteristics, the traits that you're trying to breed for, right? So you need those traits in your breeding program. So you're looking for everything. So I want to see good bones. I mean, you try to breed for everything, like we're breeding to a standard.
Yeah.
So you want to see good bones. You want to we're getting better shoulders now, rear angles, good croup, head, underjaw, dentition, the whole works. So I'm working in a line now where I have most of these things. So you find that there are just a few people who, if I use my male and mate to them, I'll take a puppy. Can't call any name. But there are just a few people who, yes, I'll breed. But anything out of that, you have to pay me a stud fee. Because it don't fall in my program, it's an outcross and it wouldn't really help me.
But at the same time, even though you're collecting a fee, you want to ensure that the dog, you are protecting the breed at the same time. So even though you may not be interested, but the dog is up to standard.
Yes, so I don't breed it everybody. I like to know where the dog coming from, what line. I look at it and everything, because sometimes, when you go out with your male, you have to protect your male. You have to protect your line. And sometimes you might know that, I'm going into that line, the person might not know or something, and it has certain problems. And you don't want to do that, and then it affects your stud.
Because it's going to deteriorate the breed.
Yes.
And it's very important now, more than ever, we try it. Because for me, I think while Doberman may be popular in the world, I would not say they are so popular in Jamaica. People know about them, but in terms of a lot of breeders, comparing to the German Shepherd and Rottweilers, there's not a large group. So it's very important to have this breed,
to preserve it, to protect it and breed it the right way.
Precisely.
Yes.
So I am happy that while they are a small group, there are serious breeders within that section. As we talk about group, you are part of the Doberman Club. I wanted to tell us where is the Doberman Club in terms of state right now, and what is it that we can look forward to? Because they play an integral role.
Okay. Well, all right. So the Doberman Club, well, we're on the rise again. We're trying to put it back out there, get the breed back out there again. We're still I'd say back in a development stage where we are rebranding the club and the breed. So we're looking at changing the logos, setting up a very active board now. So we are working on that, and we have a lot of people who are interested in getting the breed forward now. But what we are doing in the meantime is to do good breeding, selective breeding. So we have different groups of us who we work together and who will discuss breeding. I mean, we'll talk about something that's gonna happen 2 years from now. And we're looking like even females around there and say, okay, we know who she's gonna mate to first, who is gonna be second, or if we're not sure, we have options who it can be. So we sit from way out and we discuss it over and over and over, running the idea to make sure that we're on the right path. And now we have Doberman. Well, breed has really improved over the years. We're seeing better dopes coming out now that are being competitive in the shoring. Bringing good competition to our counterparts.
In terms of all breed.
In terms of all breed, yeah. In terms of all breed.
And that is good.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Because one of my things is that I want for all the other breeds and clubs to kind of, you know, take up a leap.
Step the game.
The German Shepherd Club.
Yes, yes.
You'd have entered dog shows.
Yes.
In terms of accomplishments, in terms of runners-up, winners medal, you'd have all your dogs fare within the ring.
But like I say, as you notice, I like to do my breeding and so and everything, but I like the background. So I don't go. So I've entered. Yes, man. We have some champions in the past, and so here now of Hannibal there, chief of staff. He has 1 point to become a champion. I didn't start showing him till he was about 3 years old, and he has just been to 4 shows. You know, but he did pretty well. There is a show where he got reserve best of opposite sex. It was a female from Mr. Dabdu, a young female that got best in show, and the male came second in that show.
Earlier we spoke about line breeding. So if you want to know more about line breeding, just check out episode 2 with Mr. Dingwall, where we explain line breeding.
Yes.
Alright, so now Wayne is going to introduce his dogs to us. Let's go.
So this is Darius, Adenwas, right? He's just 6 months and a nephew of Hannibal, the male. I expect him to be a real good contributor to the breeding program. He has good bones. If you look at the prosternum, very good prosternum. You don't see this every day. Good shoulders, good angles, nice strong top line coming into croup, nice tail set, solid head. Yeah, man. So he has a lot to offer in the breeding program. Right, this is Adenwas Lagata. Watch Vikings? Yes. So this is Lagata. She is a sister to Darius. Both of them well line bred. And this is Bria, Adenwas Bria of Guardsman. This was from a mating with my stud, with one of Mr. Benjamin's imported female. The mother has very good lines. There is the grandfather is a dog named eBay Del Tibor. Powerful head and so I figure that in this bloodline, when we mate her back, we can get some good heads. This is Adenwas Inga of Fenjam. It's a daughter of Hannibal. She is just 1 year old. Another year, should be mating her, and we're still in discussion of who it will be. We haven't decided yet, you know, but it's a nice dog, you know, lovely neck, very elegant, nice proportions, angles, nice croup, everything. The only thing we'll do with her is just work on just depth of chest. Again, another good competitor in the show ring. This is Adenwas Hannibal, about 5 year old now, 14 points. Tells I only showed him about 4 times. Mother is more from the European type, and the father was more English, stocky English. So I tend to produce this sort of Doberman, a more stocky dogs. This is the sort of Dober I like.
As we close yet another show, I'd like to thank our sponsors, True Pet Food, and I'd like to thank all our viewers and subscribers. Continue to subscribe and watching our content on YouTube at purebreddogsja. Follow us on all social media platforms at purebreddogsja. And also, I'd like to big up my team. I'm out.